All right, that will be it for me. Please stick around. Much more entertainment coming up. There's people out there. Come on.
All right, come on in. Yes, yes. Come on in. And next up we have S.W.I. Might want to go.
Excellent. Thank you, Chris. That was excellent.
Oh, that was my fault, yeah. Yeah, I'm not paying attention.
Can I get with it?
It was Kevin.
You're under the pressure now.
Wait, I don't want to have this way.
Yeah, don't go down those stairs.
I gotta go off the stage.
You have a problem?
They're apples. I'm freaking. I heard them.
Okay.
Up there this way.
That or even just the side steps are not very good.
This week, I've just had a really rough time. In the physical world, as opposed to YouTube, started out with dropping my phone and then not realizing it until I got home. And when I went to go and retrieve it, then I can go and get a flat tire. Not fun. Suffice it to say, the tire got fixed and the phone was retrieved. I happen to have it on me right now. Last night, I was over at a different venue, and when I went back to get to my bicycle, the seat was missing. Imagine how fun it is to try to ride a bicycle without a seat. It's kind of better just to ride a skateboard at that point. So basically wound up riding to work that same way, no seat, trying to go down a nice quick hill, and you know how that goes. Every once in a while, I do something that I call a random comment. I mean, not exactly truth, because I can't, like verify it thereabouts. But sometimes it resonates with people, and sometimes they're like, you don't know what he's talking about. And one of the things that came to my head was this thing called CERN, CERN, like something where Europe, something in a place in Europe, like I think Switzerland, where they are doing experiments underground in the name of science, where they're trying to shoot these atoms toward each other at supersonic speeds, and their attempt is to find something that they call the God particle. And quite honestly, I have no clue what the God particle is. All I know is that ever since they've been doing these experiments, like smashing atoms and whatnot, some crazy stuff has been going on the planet. And I'm not really happy about it. All I know is that things that I didn't have to deal with back 10 years ago, I'm dealing with now, like bad weather, bad air, bad water, food not being like as nutritious or whatnot. And I guess what I'm saying is that, is it really science? Or is it a religion? I mean, there's a lot of money being spent on this particular project. I mean, we got things like starvation in Africa. We got wars going on, like over in the Mideast. I mean, we could be spending money on more better causes, but instead we're spending it on trying to do things that, strike our curiosity. Can't quite figure it out. I guess we should do at least one, just to, I don't even have the title for this. So, if I only tell you that I like what you did, then you won't know what it is that I like, or why I like it. You won't try to do the same in your next endeavor, and in time I'll forget what it was and where. If I only tell you that I dislike what you did, then you won't understand why I have an issue. You'll think I just hate you, and you won't think to modify what you did. And in the future, I'll go to someone else who did something similar. I didn't respond to you just to tickle your ears, nor did I reply to you just to get in your face. I could be somewhere else, listening to anyone else. You wanted people to know what you did, and so it is that I watched. You're hoping that people would hear what you say, and so it was I heard. If you dislike my response, let me know, and I'll move on. Just be ready for the next messenger who comes. And when I respond to you, I'll most likely tell you why, that you may make adjustments accordingly. How much time do I got?
You had probably about 7 minutes.
All right, maybe this will. I'll do one more and just give a chance for the next person, Mr. Rich Allen, to make his way to the stage. Wrote this a few years ago when there was this crazy rage for blood red moons.
I broke it bad years ago. So some stuff floats around.
Some make reference to blood red moons with eagerness in their voice. They don't see it physically, rather they see it in faith, anticipating that it's a sign from God. Science will explain this to be in a lunar eclipse, when the Earth comes between the sun and the moon. But because the moon is farther from the Earth than usual, the moon's light will not become completely blocked out. The longer light waves will reach the moon, causing the moon to appear red in color. Still, it's a phenomenon which humans can neither create, duplicate, or manipulate. They might replicate it at a much tinier scale. Yet I don't share this enthusiasm others appear to express. I almost understand how I can't even read my own word. We'll skip it a word. How they felt when he was I can almost understand how Agag felt when he was captured alive by Saul. Something's about to happen, but will we survive the carnage and the chaos? You know that some will. Christians under Sharia law are suffering daily. Those whose heads are lopped off with one stroke are often shown an act of mercy, because sometimes it takes more than one stroke to do it. I know, too graphic, I get it. We'll skip that part. Yet we in the West whine when we lose our internet service for even just a few hours. Just a few hours and we're whining already. What will you do when you're forced to walk for miles at a time, loaded with your belongings on your back and nothing else? Now, never misunderstand me. This is not to bring fear, dread, or worry into your life and thoughts. Instead, it's written that you may endure to the end while the love of many waxes cold. What was your friend today may become your enemy tomorrow, and FEMA comes to mind. Those ignorant of this may panic and perish, taking a few lives in their fear. It doesn't have to be so with you. It's okay to prepare for emergency situations so long as you realize that you can't prepare for everything. Those who try to prepare for all things fall into the illusion of invincibility, forgetting that illusions are not real. And I know something a little bit about illusions. I call myself spoken word illusions. And they forget to trust God for the things we still take for granted, such as breathing. So what should we do? First, we should love, for less takes, love gives. Second, we should have faith, for we act upon the things that we believe in. Third, get wisdom, to see and hear what's in front of you, to ponder what it means. And finally, to watch and pray, even as Yeshua did. Then we can help, expecting nothing in return.
Thank you. S.W.I, spoken word illusionist for you. And next up, we have Rich Allen.